Hello and welcome to another episode of the Goofy Movies Podcast. I am Moses. Joining me is Adam
What's Gucci, baby?
and Connor.
I
Damn, did you just have that ready to go?
had to do. I can do it on command.
Okay. I can't do
Yeah.
like that, like loud. No.
Yeah, I can pretty much do it on command.
Yeah.
Impressive. We are recording episode
23.
Okay. Episode 23. 23,000. But yeah, episode 23, and here we are. How was y'all's weeks?
Stressful.
Saturday was pretty busy as fuck at work. I didn't go to work today because of the snowstorm happening.
Same. It was cool having a snow day for the first time in like 10 years.
Yeah. I went to work.
Yeah, you did.
I had work.
That sucks.
Yeah, man. I had to pay for an Uber. That was like $20 fucking dollars.
And they didn't reimburse. They're not going to reimburse you on that. I know that.
Yeah, they didn't do it last
Bullshit.
time when it was like 40.
Which is absolute bullshit in my opinion. But we shouldn't badmouth your job on air.
I don't give a shit. They know
Well, they don't have his last name, which is.
But yeah, 20 fucking 3, and
Nobody likes it at 23.
I should have realized that joke earlier. I should have predicted that was a possibility this episode. So you know, we're recording this at the very beginning of February, and that means you know what's coming up soon.
Horny
Singleness
Christmas?
Awareness Day.
Did you say horny Christmas?
No. I said whatever Adam said in perfect unison. I don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't it statistically proven that like more people have sex in like December?
Yeah.
Oh no,
of the
during
first.
at Christmas than like any other like holiday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
That's
didn't follow
wild to think about. That like, no. People are conceived more on Christmas than any. I don't know if it's sex,
Mm.
because a lot of babies are conceived on.
I thought it was gonna be like New Year's, also like conceived on New Year's, and like
No, I think Christmas is the number one. When do you think Max's birthday is?
Isn't it May something? Isn't there like a? Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. But I don't know.
I was about to be like, damn, how'd you know?
That'd be a good question. Let's go to the handy dandy wiki.
The wiki. Do you think they at least have a sign for him, like what sign he is?
Almost entirely without a doubt.
God, you
No
know what?
doubt it, doubt it.
I wish we had a fucking astrology expert with us, quote unquote expert. So we could like ask them based on the characters' personalities. Could they determine like what signs they are?
I wonder if we can get like my friend Lizzie on here. She's definitely like an expert on that.
Yeah, she is.
Like this becomes Pawn Stars. Let me call in an expert.
Legal an expert.
We can, let me call in an expert. What's her sign? What's her personality like? And then every episode we just call in somebody to like discuss it.
Anything in the wiki, Connor?
Hold on, it's still loading.
Damn. But yeah, yeah, like it would be really interesting because like just to hear them talk about being like Goofy is such a Taurus or some shit. I don't know why I said it like that. I do know why, but it's such a weird reason why I use that voice. Have either of you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Nah, I need to. There's so many TV shows I need to watch. I binged all of Community, and like,
What show is that?
What about you, Connor? Have you ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And I have a brief story, but what was the thing you were going to say about Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Remember Gina's friend's character, who was like a psychic, and it's like there's like a name definitely starts with the like so I just like pinned like a person who like is into astrology with this person also, because it's the exact same like fucking hubbable like bullshit, right? Like the same deck of bullshit, right?
Right. Like, so, like, hold on.
Go on.
They actually believe this shit?
Wait, what?
Wait, you said you know someone who...
Yeah, we have we have a friend who's like really into astrology. Like really, really into. She's an admin in an astrology page, and she added me into it, and I see the shit every day.
All right,
That's
now I'm
wacky,
mad
dude.
at this
What's her
friend
name and
because she
address?
didn't invite me in there. Now I'm mad. I'm calling you out.
Wait, what?
Is this the friend we're thinking of? Is this our
Lizzie? Yeah.
She didn't invite me.
Yeah, I only did it because I was like shit posting with her astrology bullshit on like Instagram. I think
we should release her social security number.
Chief, you betrayed me. I treat you like princess, and you stabbed me in the back.
I mean, let's be honest. She betrayed us both. Anyway.
Oh. Hey, by the way, audience, I am just as confused as you are. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
But no, yeah, she like because she constantly makes like astrology like stories on her Instagram, and I would just shit post about them because not to be mean and like not to be mean to these people. No. Not to be mean to these people, but like I understand it enough to be cynical about it with them. So I'll be like, that's a weird Taurus shit or shit like that. Right? And so I'm not sure if she understood that I was fucking with her a little bit, like just kind of like jabbing, like poking at fun. She's like, you should totally join my astrology page. I was like, send me an invite. And now I see this every day, and it's bro, like some of the shit I read. Like I genuinely like people be like, tell me who like they were dead ass sharing that meme is like, what's my weakness based off of my sign shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm like,
all right, look, we got to get on topic with bringing into Goofy because we're going.
I'm just saying, like I would love to have one. Like I would love to have her on and ask about like because I bet you she'd be like, Pete is like an Aquarius or a Scorpio or some bullshit like that. I bet you dollars like to fucking donuts.
I have nothing like feet.
Look, I know, but like whenever this group talks about signs, those two signs are always described as some of the worst human beings to ever walk the earth.
Yeah, no, I know that. I've seen the memes, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck did what the fuck have you and I ever done to people to deserve this, like, fucking transgression?
Actually, you know, I just went on the page right now, and there's a ready fucking goddamn thing. Like, so it's a tweet saying, women be so cold when they don't rock with you no more. You used to call me cute names like Muffin. What happened? And someone replied, they started talking to you like they work. They started talking to you like they work for HR. Hope all is well with your future endeavors. And this one fucking person was like Earth, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius placements. Who else? I'm like, hey, what the fuck? Like, we're not. Like, I don't think I'm a cold person like that. That like, you know, I just go. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I know for a fact I'm actually like that a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit.
Dude, like I'll be honest, when I get done with someone, I kind of like am like super like I don't care anymore. I'm not making any effort.
I don't want to get into our personal lives like this right now. Say that for the Valentine's Day special.
Yeah, I'm just setting up the fact that Valentine's Day is coming, and it's the time of romance and passion. They're selling the pink velvet latte at Dunkin' Donuts in this holiday season mood, whatever the fuck it's called. I think whatever. Who cares? But still, it's going to be a passionate season from us at the Goofy Movies podcast.
Ho ho ho.
Anything on the wiki, Connor?
I can't find it. There's nothing.
There's no birthday, no sign, no nothing.
There's no birth date. No.
No birth date and no sign.
There's without a doubt no sign because it's stupid bullshit that the Disney wiki doesn't waste its time with.
Dude, I'm telling no. This is the exact same shit. Like, because people would always like. I know there's some shit like a lot of shows throw like always have like a throwaway astrology character, be like, oh, such a Scorpio thing or such a Taurus thing, such a Leo or like whatever. Like they always throw that type of character in for one line and other character, and like when people like try to find out like truths about shit, they use that as like a reference point for like, oh, their birthday must be between these times. Oh my god, can you imagine how annoying that shit must be like nowadays? If you were to like, if you ask someone, they're like, oh, I'm a Scorpio moon, but I'm a Leo rising and an Aquarius sun. Can you imagine that shit?
It sounds like it's as confusing as like the different names people have for like characters in Game of Thrones. Like it's like I just have no time. No time for it. Any of it.
No, but like
fucking like that's literally like I can't even remember one from Game of Thrones right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like when people introduce themselves and they have 17 different like names and titles. And
Lord of this, down of this, ba da da, dee da be, he da she, v da be, he da dee.
Omnibus, he missed the bus. We missed the bus.
But like, I'm just surprised that like in all of Goof Troop they don't like put like in a throwaway line about like about like Max's or like Goofy's. See if they have. You know what? I'm gonna look that up myself. If they have
I think they mentioned it like maybe once or twice as they made a joke, astrology joke, but I don't remember like exactly. I feel like there was, but I can't remember it.
Is there a dog sign? Although I guess everybody would have to be a dog sign.
That's the Chinese.
Yeah, you think the Chinese year of the dog.
Yeah, you think yeah. Which
I don't think he's Chinese. I might be wrong, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure he's black.
So yeah. I guess I don't know why people say that, but I have nothing against it. But I have a feeling he's not Chinese. I don't feel strongly about it, but I just have a feeling that he's.
Well, as far as we know, we also made fun of the fact that like they call Max Goof, but then in the map it says Goofy and Goofy's Goofy, but Goofy spelled Goofy, but in the map is Goofey, and we made that joke that like they took away they're immigrants, so maybe he's like European or some shit who's like
that would be my guess.
Yeah, if they were immigrants, By the way, I wanted to make note. I'm on the Goof Troop Wikia, and
does it say something?
There's a really weird bit of information. They bring up relatives. Max Goof, son, obviously. Unnamed wife, makes sense. Debbie, niece, obvious. Amos Goof, father. Amos Goof, father.
Amos?
Amos or Amos Goof?
I think that's Amos.
Was that how they say in the show?
I think it's Amos. That sounds like an Amish name.
Well,
Amos.
That's how that name is pronounced.
What?
Amos, Amos.
Oh, Amos.
It's like a weird That's like a
An
I feel like
Amish name?
That's an old country bumpkin name.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Don't be like
He was also a prophet in the in the Old Testament. So
that.
that further cements the trad cath goofy.
For real though. Amos Goof. Who the? I didn't know Goofy's father had a fucking name. When did this happen?
Yeah, dude, he was an older contemporary of Hosea and Isaiah, I guess.
Other names. Wait. Goofy's father: Amos Hunter Goofy Sr., Poppy, Pap or Dad by Goofy, Grandpa by Max, Benjamin Goofy, possibly, with the E. What the fuck? Where does this Amos shit come from?
I think mostly goof.
Let me see. Actually, Jesus.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
And then blah, 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 blah. The Goofy cartoons, blah blah, featured the episode. It was said that the Goofy cartoon was actually named Amos, and he was Junior's grandfather and Goofy's father. And wait, okay. In the episode, The Adventure Story, which first aired in March 20th, 1957, Goofy tells his son Junior about their ancestors and relatives. The Goofy cartoons, Tiger Trouble and African Diary, were featured in this episode. And it is said that the Goofy from these cartoons were in fact named Amos Goofy, and that he was Junior's grandfather and Goofy's father. In later printings of the comic adaptation of this episode, Amos was renamed to Hunter Goofy. Okay. What the fuck? That's wild. Yeah, I can't find anything else about his name being Amos or okay. Yeah, no. Wild. Very, very wild. Anyway.
That's some shit, man.
What?
That's some crazy shit.
But yeah. I want also they have like Goofy's exact ages for like all the movies. For all the things.
Age? He's like in his 40s, right?
By apparent according to this, by an extremely Goofy movie, he hits 50.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, apparently like he's hitting 50 in an extremely Goofy movie. Okay, let me see. But yeah. Wild to think about, right?
That is wild to think about. He's like Goku. He's like an old protagonist.
Dude.
He's intensely strong.
I still think one of my favorite moments was like when I was reading the Dragon Ball like Wikia, and like we were like it said like Goku's age, and he's like actual age because of death or something, and that just set me like reeling because I forgot he was dead for multiple years and got brought back to life.
That's right. He was dead for like what, 8 years, maybe.
I forget.
How long is it between Cell and Boo?
I forget. Yeah, I forget how long he was dead for that. He was dead for a hot minute there though.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. He impregnated Chi-Chi and then was like, "All right, I gotta go die."
Nah, dude, I still wonder. That's so weird that they added in that shit that Goku has never kissed Chi-Chi. Like, what the fuck is that about?
Yeah, wait, what's the point of that? I don't like that.
Well, it's because it's like an old meme that like Goku is like too retarded to like know anything. But like, it's just like, bruh, like that's something that actually doesn't like because like Goku being stupid is an old meme, but he's not that stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he's that stupid. I think he's ravenously horny when he's not fighting, or
I don't think he's ravenously horny. I actually think
he's hungry. Ravenously hungry.
He's ravenously hungry. I think he doesn't much care about sex. Honestly. I generally
why should I have sex when I could be training?
Yeah. honestly.
He can't operate at full power when he's having sex because he'd kill her.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Vegeta, on the other hand,
Well, we're fucking the gravity room.
it's like
Come, we'll go.
Bang
get all
The
that
cum will go straight to your womb.
he tells her to like do all the exercises afterwards so that she'll get pregnant. Give him a strong son. It's like it's like Vegeta, how do you know it's gonna be a boy? And he's like, oh no, we did it standing up. So
I think it's funny that in the Brawly movie, it's established that Chi-Chi's been using the Dragon Balls to keep so that she
Bulma.
doesn't age.
Bulma hasn't.
Bulma.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I say? Oh, I said Chi-Chi?
Yeah, it's a
I was like, Bulma been using the Dragon Ball so that she stays the same age, so that she doesn't get old. But it's like she only de-ages herself a couple of years, so that she's like, why don't you just only if like 2 years? Why not go for 5 or 10? It's like, well, I don't want if I do that, but then people will think that I had surgery done.
I love how she could deadass just make herself like immortal, but she just doesn't
Or
do it.
Ask for eternal youth. Yeah, not even like immortal, just eternal youth. Like you can still technically die.
Well, immortality, I think in like DBZ is like you're like the same age forever. Because I think Garlic Jr. is like, because he got his own mortality, but then he got sealed away in the Dead Zone. As you see, we know a lot of shit about a lot of things that isn't about Goofy. Also,
you're listening to the DBZ podcast, which definitely already exists.
Oh yeah, easily. Do you think we can make any correlations between like DBZ and like?
Well, like he is a
Goofy is kind of like Goku in a way, and Pete is kind of like Vegeta.
Max, I wish was more like Gohan, but
nah, Gohan sucks. Fuck Gohan. Goten's where it's at.
I'm not even gonna speak to you on that.
Nah, I'll be honest. When I was growing up, Goten was like actually like one of my favorite characters. I loved him.
But why?
Why? Because he actually because he was a small Goku who trained and was strong. He was like a nice restart. But then like everyone was like, oh no, we want Goku though, and I was like, oh,
no, Goku, he's so cool.
You think Bigfoot just the mini Ozaru?
Mini Ozaru?
Because I
know what you could just say. You could just say Great Ape. Fucking like, what are we? Fucking Japanese speaking like.
Well, maybe that's why they got away. Because remember, like no, actually he attacked during the day, so it can't be like
he started during the day.
Yeah.
Do you ever? We really need to stop talking about DBZ because I could really talk about DBZ for a very long time because there's a lot of weird shit I love to talk about when it comes to DBZ. But yeah. Fuck. So yeah. Man, I really wish we had like more evidence, more material to work with to find out the identity of Mrs. Goof or Max's mom. You know?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I said we need a third Goofy movie. The third one should definitely address
above all else. Like, but that is like one of the things. Like there's a specific reason why I try to use the terminology, Max's mom, because it's like, I know there's a likelihood that maybe they Max's mom and Goofy weren't married. There's a possibility. Like, there's so many possibilities. The only thing we know is that Max's mom has just been gone for ever, essentially. Ever since, like, Mrs. Goof, like, who was, like, the closest to Max's mom. And, like, Junior transitioned to Max, gone. It's wild to think about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just really really wish that we had something more, like just like a thing, you know, singular fucking thing that would like actually get us onto the right path. I need to like actually start DMing like Goof Troop like story writers and like this like you know goofy movie directors and shit. Like I need to actually start messaging them. I'm like, hey yo, I need answers, homie. Do you think if I break into their home, they would give me answers?
There would be an answer already. It'd be the answer at the door when the police come to fucking take you out.
Hey, you know what? If I go out in search of the truth, did I really go out? Did I? Tell
I
me.
don't know. What do you mean?
Look, I'm just saying, a man is
Stop
the.
fucking psycho. What the hell?
What?
Uh, I'm just kidding. Times podcast. Hey, we're silly. You know.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's just like. Because I still think. Because like, I know, like, a couple episodes ago, we had the. I don't know. It wasn't last episode where we talked about the alternate reality possibility, right?
No, I think that was like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, like 2 episodes ago, which is like actually like literally a couple. Like a couple episodes ago, we talked about like the possibility of the alternate like you know AUs of each other basically. But like it is so if that were true, it's such an unsatisfying answer to our question. You know?
Hmm.
But it also raises this interesting idea that the constant is that like Goofy's Max's mom is gone always. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if we made the joke about like that's like the constant, because we're also making fun of Bioshock, the constants and
Oh yeah,
variables.
we were making a joke about like the lighthouse.
The-
Like we were, was it the Goofy?
There's always a redhead and there's always a goof.
Oh, there's always that was our joke. It was always a redhead, but like apparently like maybe it's actually always Max's mom being gone. You know. But yet again, even if that were the answer, it is so inherently unsatisfying. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or like she just never
Much like-
exists. Yeah.
Much like Bioshock Infinite, it's unsatisfying.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we'll have an actual burial at sea DLC.
But no, but like exactly, it is just inherently like it's
It's
like
a cop
come on.
out.
It's a little bit of a cop out. It's kind of like, oh, it was all a dream shit. Like kind of in the same realm, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just like I really want I really want this to like be a consistent universe.
Yeah.
And I want us to have an answer beyond twice upon a Christmas. You know,
How fucked up would it be? Well, this would be like on brand, but it would be also fucked up if like the third Goofy movie to like it is like the search for Max's mom's like cause she just dipped, like she's not dead, she just divorced and dipped out one day, left without a word.
our strongest theory going forward.
All right, and they find her and she's like remarried and has a family.
That would be fucked up.
That would be fucked up. That would be fucked up. Damn. Making me think here, dog. Because, yeah, I've said this multiple times that the third Goofy movie should totally be Max and Roxanne getting back together. But I don't have the mind in order to fit in him also finding his mom in this process. I mean, actually, not maybe. Like, maybe you could do it. It could be an interesting Max is back home. He's home with a Goofy, and and like what's it called? Uh, he's and he ran into like Roxanne again, and he's like, man, I still remember. He's like, Max, do you still like the girl? And he's like, I don't know, Dad. Is like, be honest with yourself, son. And it's like, I don't know. I still like have feelings for her. We only broke up for college due to the distance. And he's like, well, if you still like her and love her, then you gotta go for it. What do you mean, Dad? That's so unrealistic. True love finds a way. True love. What do you know about true love? You and Mom even stay together, and they're falling out.
Uh-huh.
And then Goofy goes out on his own to find Max's mom to kind of actually be like, look, this is the reason why we this is you can ask her yourself why we not got together or some shit, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah.
Yeah. I don't see why we can't get one. I mean, Hey Arnold got a movie long after the show ended that kind of
it brought back his parents. Actually,
put a capstone on that whole mystery of where did they go? What happened to them?
Low-key bullshit that they didn't kill them.
Mm.
I know that's sounds fucked up.
It was very Hollywood. It was very much a Hollywood ending.
Yeah, it's just it totally should be it should have been they should have been passed on, and they had left a final message to Arnold, be like, hey, we always loved you, kid. We thought about you the entire time.
Yeah, because I mean that would have been more on brand for the show, because the show is very grounded. It was very grounded in reality, and deals with a lot of serious issues.
Yeah, the
Chocolate Kid being it's low key about being a crack, is low key a crack addict, or at least a crack baby.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of the there's a lot of that show that's that it did not shy away from dipping into the dark side. Helga's mom was clearly an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
The whole story with that Asian character and his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's an extremely real story that happened many times.
Mm-hmm.
The
Pigeon Man.
Yeah, exactly. All these things were like that. But yeah, so it's one of those things that it would be so fucking awesome if we got a new Goofy movie. I feel like I feel like there's an audience for it. I genuinely do. I genuinely feel like there's an audience out there. For I think there's people who go to the theater for a third movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we last year, 2020, wasn't that just one of the it wasn't an anniversary of the 25th year anniversary for Goofy movie, if I'm not mistaken.
25th, yeah.
Yeah, and 20 years for Goofy movie.
Extremely Goofy movie.
Extremely Goofy movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quarter of a century. Right? Yeah. Time sure does go by fast. I said this to you off top, off thing, but I feel 2018 doesn't feel like 3 years ago. It feels like 2 years ago still. I know it's well, that's because we're early on into January, but I'm I feel like January 2018 felt like 2 years ago. not 3.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I still think it's just like too early on for like it's like yeah again it's kind of like how like I'm kind of like there's some part of my mind that's like the 90s were 10 years ago. No, they're not. You know.
Yeah, I can't believe the 80s are 40 years ago now. It doesn't make sense in my mind. I'm still thinking it's like 20 to 30, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, we're totally. It's wild to think about. By the way, the girl, the fucking yeah, she posted another fucking astrology meme. Say like she made this fucking like meme. Once COVID is over, is really starting to sound like when this Aries handles conflict appropriately. Like what the fuck's that mean? God, I wish I could talk to her. I wish I could talk to someone and just ask them. Just be like, hey, everything you know based on Goofy. What do you think his sign is? Worst part is like, do you want his? Do you mean his placement? Because there's not just a fucking one now. You have to have fucking all your fucking things every fucking where.
No, but I would really hate if they do a third Goofy movie and this does address Max's mom, finds she's alive and she's well, and they just welcome her back in. That would bullshit, you know.
That would suck.
Be like, oh, I was always looking for you guys. I just couldn't find you. I'd be like, that's so bullshit. Because then, like,
so that's kind of low key. What
like I said, like the Hey Arnold route. If they go the Hey Arnold the movie route and just be like, you know, like, oh, she had amnesia,
dude, like,
and she forgot who she was.
Dude, that would piss me because like, as we've discussed like once or twice before in the podcast about the fucking about one of the what the fuck is
Storyboards?
It's not a storyboard. What the fuck do they call those before pre-production? What are the like pre-production paperwork? We're talking about oh, they dress like, oh, what's the with such a male-centric cast, people are gonna wonder what happened to the female characters. What happened? And then like Grandpa Goof was supposed to say, I lost her in Woodstock. And Goofy's like you know, like she fell into the fucking Grand Canyon like by accident while taking a photo, which they could totally bring that fucking thing back, that storyline back, and be like, oh, she was like missing the whole time and like she lost her fucking brain or did you end it like if that happened, bro, I would fucking lose it. I'm sorry that like I extended that word. I'm reading like our conversation that's going on in our chat also, and it's very restrictive. Anyway, either way, like if that were to happen, I'd be fucking beyond annoyed. Cause I'm like, no, something that makes the Goofy movies work is how subtly heartbreaking they kind of are. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like, yet again, like yet again, Goofy is usually the emotional centerfold of like these movies, because the most emotional scenes in the movies are Goofy solo scenes. Am I right? Because like in a Goofy movie, one of the most emotional and like heartrending scenes is when Goofy's in the car. You know, and like right after he got out of the jacuzzi with the jacuzzi with Pete. Like that scene sucks to watch because he's so genuinely hurt and like really trying his best to believe in Max in that moment. But the point of anger of still hitting the car hurts. Then there's in an extremely Goofy movie, there's a scene where he you know, when he has like the toy and he like cries,
Yeah, that actually, as a kid, I actually cried when I saw that. That scene actually made me cry as a kid.
Like that scene sucks to even watch as an
Heartbreaking.
adult. I think it hurts a little bit more as an adult, if I'm being honest, because you're like, damn man, he like you're like just there like, damn, that guy was really just trying to be like as best of his dad as he could, and like here his son and can't wait to leave. Granted, I mean, obviously, you can understand because like, you know, Max is growing up, and but like still, it's just like when you're over that hump, you kind of understand from the other side a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean like over the hump like age wise. I'm just saying like you're just like you're able to understand like like
You get a new perspective.
exactly get a more perspective because like the older I get, the more I understand parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you agree, Connor?
Oh, I think so. The more you understand parents, you said?
Yeah, the older I
Yeah.
get, the more I
Oh,
understand.
without a doubt.
Like, I especially understand parents and their first kid a lot. Because I think about it, I'm like, damn, man. I think about it right now. I'll be like, what if I had a kid right now? And that baffles me. That's such a horror, like, not a horrifying, but harrowing,
Harrow.
harrowing. Yeah, I can't speak. But exactly, it's such a that experience in my mind that like it freezes me up just thinking about it, and like to think about like like the people who did raise children around my age or even younger. I'm like, damn, you know what? I kind of get it. I get absolutely why. I totally 100% absolutely understand why they're like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Cuz it's just not to be mean or rude to them, but it's understandably upsetting, and they how hard, not upsetting, it's understandable how hard it is to raise a child, especially your first one, when you're really going into it with like next
What the
to no
fuck do I
knowledge.
do? Yeah.
Also, just randomly thought about it. They have Goofy's official ages on the Goofy Wikia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Goofy is 42 at the beginning of Goof Troop, according to it. How old is Max?
He's like 11.
He's 11 and
11
a
and a half.
half. Which means Goofy had Max at what age?
Wait a minute. How old was he in Goof Troop again?
42.
Wait, 42 in Goof Troop?
Yes.
He was like 31 when he had Max?
According to the Wikia.
When he
How did they get this
asexually
age?
reproduced Max.
Because I thought I thought like at least for us, we will establish that like he dropped out of college because. Huh. So unless he dropped out of college because maybe his acting career took off.
Yeah, so that's another possibility. So our timeline might be a bit askew. I need to watch Goof Troop to see if they confirm his age.
I don't remember it. Yeah, I don't remember it. Don't think there was ever a happy birthday episode.
Yeah, but like, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and like pay attention to every line of dialogue, which is gonna suck. But so the timeline would be essentially that Goofy became like a student actor. His career popped off. Like he, maybe worked on like a couple things as side gigs. His career popped off. Once his career popped off, he dropped out of college. Once he once he started once he started college, once he dropped out of college, he was acting. Met a nice Miss Young Goof, Mrs. Goof, had Max. She got tired of it. after a while, and then Bing Bang Zippity Zoop. Assuming.
Of course, this is all assuming.
It is all assuming.
Make an ass of you and me.
But like, yeah, again, I don't know where they get the age for Goofy here. Yeah, where did they get this age from? Very wild.
Maybe a comic? I don't know.
Wait,
I don't remember them ever saying
Goofy
his
was
age.
born in 1950 to his father, Amos Goof, and was raised in Spoonerville. He once got a typewriter from his dad when he was young. During his high school days, he was friends with Pete. They had a love-hate relationship with each other. He also had a crush with his girlfriend, Peg Pete. What?
I'm gonna have to press X on that one.
In 1967, during his senior year in high school, Goofy caused Peter Pete. Peter Pete?
Yeah, Pete. Remember his name's Pete. Pete. Mm-hmm.
No, it's Peter Pete.
Well, yeah, Pete. Well, yeah, you know.
To fumble his ball in a football game, causing Pete to hate Goofy. He later attended college in the 70s, but dropped out. That's true. We know. Wait, is it true?
That he dropped out of college?
No, that he dropped out of college. That much is true. But the thing that's interesting specifically is that it says he went to college in his 70s. In the 70s. Which, I don't know if that's true. Like, that doesn't
No,
sound
they did say that in the Extremely Goofy movie. I haven't been to college since the 70s.
Did he say that?
Yeah. That's also why he's dressed all disco and shit. Because he was just like, I'm trying to be hip and cool with all the kids. Because he was like, that's what was in when he went to college in the 70s. They said it when he was talking to like that social worker.
I need to remember and rewatch and remember because, okay, he later got married. Excuse me.
Nice.
He later got married, had a son. Wait, how do we know? Do we know for a fact he got married? It says he got married, but like, where's the evidence? There's no point where they say he doesn't wear a wedding band. He doesn't say his wife or his ex-wife or anything.
Also, they never said.
That's a wild assumption on them.
I mean, it's possibility got married, but the thing is that it's like there's a little linchpin on did he get married or not? Because in that one episode of Goof Troop, they was like, "Oh, Goof's getting married, huh?" They say married, not remarried. Typically, if somebody was married before, when they're going to get married again, they're like, "Oh, they would tell you getting remarried." I don't know.
Well, you know what? It's more likely of a possibility back when Goof Troop aired, because still during the 90s, still it was kind of like taboo. It was still a bit like, oh, you're getting remarried. It's kind of like a bit taboo still during that time. He later got married, had a son named Max Goof in 1981. During that time, he moved out of Spoonerville, lived in a trailer park. It's unknown what happened to his wife. Either they divorced or she died before the events of Goof Troop. With his little sister. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that technically makes sense. Because, let's say, okay, so the earliest Goofy could be if he went to college in the 70s. The youngest Goofy could be is 48. Correct?
Yeah.
Because we know for a fact that a Goofy movie takes place in the year 2000. Or it's fair to assume that. Well, no, yes. It's fair to assume that, right?
Yeah.
So, good. So, the youngest Goofy could be is 48 in that. And Max is at least 18. Possibly 19. But at the beginning of an extremely Goofy movie, right?
I don't feel it. Yeah.
So that means if we subtract Goofy's 48, 29. The youngest he could have had Max was 29? Right?
I guess so. I mean, because that's like I said. Like, I always assumed that like our theories were going on was like the only reason what would cause him to drop out of college for somebody who's like really on his grades. One thing I could think of would be like having a kid,
Well,
but
we don't know if he was on his grades when he was going to college. We know he's on his grades now, but maybe having a kid changed Goofy's perspective on life. We don't
that's
know.
what I say. Like maybe his acting career took off. That's why he dropped out of college. Like, I don't need this stupid shit. I'm a big movie star.
I'll work with Mickey Mouse for Christ's sake. And then he has.
I can snort my weight in cocaine.
Then he fucking like
I
after
could kill you in an instant.
then like he has Max. He's like, I can't believe I used the Lord's name in vain.
I can't believe it, Max. I'm going to hell.
Enough Hail Mary. There ain't enough Hail Marys for my soul. But you are still pure.
You are my pure boy.
Why do you think I don't want you listening to Powerline? Anyway, but damn, man. Yet again, like that. That's only if. Yeah, again, that what we're saying only actually applies if it if what Adam said is true, that the exact line of dialogue says that he hasn't been to college since the 70s. Which, hey, you know what? I don't know. Who knows? Who the goddamn heck knows?
I know, that's why I said it.
You don't know for sure. You know pretty sure, but you don't know for sure.
My memory when it comes to useless trivia bullshit like this, especially lines from like movies, are pretty spot on.
It's pretty
I
spot
swear
on.
to God.
I know.
I swear to
but
God, it's...
I know, but like never. You should never, ever completely say you know something 100% until you completely confirm it. You know what I mean?
I swear to God.
I'm saying you could be right, and there's probably a high likelihood that you are right. I am just saying though that never, unless you fully confirm something, never be like, yeah, this is 100% right, unless it's something beyond completely obvious. You know what I mean? Okay? So he said that. Okay, he said this specifically to the unemployment woman, right? Okay, unemployment woman scene. I'm just watching it silent right now with the subtitles, hoping that it to confirm the answer.
I guess in the meantime, to fill in I just wanted to share something. My friend and also our super fan, Maya, she did a little cosplay of Roxanne, and she said it's okay, I can share this. So I wanted to share it with everybody. Look how pretty she is.
Wow,
she did fucking great. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fantastic, dog. Holy shit.
I know.
It's cool having a fan.
It is really cool having a fan, man. Like, genuinely thinking about it, it's like it's so weird to think that some people genuinely listen to us every time we,
that we have subscribers, we have like consistent viewers.
Yeah. By the way, confirmed. 70s.
Boom.
Hey,
you
just gotta confirm. It's just a good thing to confirm things, homie.
No, I know you confirmed, but it's like it's something I already knew in my heart of hearts. Like typically if I'm not, there's times where I'm like I feel like they said that, I'm not sure, but I knew this was one of those times where I'm like I know, because like it's fresh in there. It's not like I watched it years ago and I'm pretty sure they said this. Like no, I rewatched this shit since we started doing this podcast, so I'm like it's fresh in there.
Wild. Anyway, but yeah, so the youngest Goofy could have had Max, if we go by the earliest possible estimates, if Goofy went to college from 1970 to 1972, because that's 3 years, 70, 71, 72. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, the math checks out.
Connor?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Okay. So he left, and let's say he was 18 when he started. So that means latest is about, so 21 is when he left college. He was an actor, blah blah. According to us. So, and so 70, so 21 and 71 plus 19 is
6.
No. So 21 plus, no, how many years until 2020? Fuck me. Why am I
No.
why am I losing my mind right now? 2000 minus 19.
All right. Well, how old was he in? You said in.
Well, it would be no 72, right?
Like, how old would he be right now in 2020?
No, not 2020. Like an extremely goofy movie. I'm trying to get earliest as possible. Earliest
The
as possible.
earliest if he had Max was
again.
at 29.
No.
That
That was off the assumption that it was 50. So, again, I'm going through the assumption now that, let's say he went to college in the 70s. The earliest he could have gone to college in the 70s would be 70, because he said he did 3 years. So that'd be 70, 71, 72. So it would be 28 years. So he'd be 48 at the bare. So yeah, that still leaves us that the earliest Goofy could have had Max, so was 30.
Because
30
if he
or 29.
Well, let's say he left. You say he left college in
3 years.
72, right?
He went to college in the 70s.
All right. And what year are you saying he left college at the earliest? 73? 72. Well, 72, if he's in his 3rd year in college and he just got out of high school,
he'd be 21, right?
21, yeah. And it would be from 72 to
2000.
2000. That's about 28. So he'd be like 49.
49, yes, exactly.
Earliest.
Then
absolute
you
earliest.
minus the 18 years that Max is. So that's 31.
Yeah, so yeah.
Wait, 31 or 30 is the lowest possible.
Yeah, it's in that realm, It's
so because 30, because Max could be 19, because when you like one of those kids who are like technically entered in late or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe he took a gap year, but I don't know about that.
Unlikely, considering he's going to college with Pete and Bobby.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like I could say, maybe he took a gap year, but I'm like, considering that he was leaving. First off, this is a man who wanted to get away from his dad quick as possible. He wouldn't take a gap year. He would be like, I went straight to college. Also, he left with college with Pete. PJ, and Pete would definitely like wanted his son out the door as early as possible.
Yeah. But like 19, because you have those kids who don't enter the school cycle proper because of their birthday, so like they technically sometimes are like 19 when they graduate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like one of those. Yeah, some of those cases.
Some of those like more rarer cases. Um. So yeah, so yeah, 30 is the earliest Goofy could have had Max. Huh.
Mhm.
Unless this is an unreliable narrator situation that we're coming up with again. Because as we previously established, Goofy is an unreliable narrator. Right?
Mm, yeah, he
Yeah.
kind of mixes. Yeah, he mixes up his timelines.
Because yeah, again, like he talks about Max working at an amusement park,
Mini golf.
mini golf, that just like doesn't seem like it could be possible.
It's not because he's like, oh, Matt, it's got its first. I forgot it was like 8 or something like that, and I'm
Mm.
like, wait a minute, Goof. You just moved to Spoonerville when he was 11. How's is how's that possible?
And Max has never been to Spoonerville priorward, right?
Yeah, no, because he was on the first episode, it's just like, we're moving. You're gonna love it in Spoonerville. It's where I grew up in, and he's giving him the tour of the town as if he's never been there before.
Yeah, so what the goddamn hell they're talking about? So yeah, I wonder if this is an unreliable narrator situation.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he got his first job at 6, bobbing golf balls out of the moat, and I'm like,
Okay,
no.
let's think. Okay, let's try to expand our minds. Let's try to expand. Is there any possible? No, because if he went to no, fuck. There's no way he went to college early. So fuck. I don't know, man. Damn. College in the 70s. I genuinely wonder if that's like a if that's an unreliable narrator situation. Man, fuck, this is gonna bother me. Um, what do you think, Connor?
What? How old was he when he had Max? Or
Um,
how?
uh,
Or
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 any of
him
it,
taking
like
too many hits to the head and being unreliable? Because that's like that makes a lot of sense to me.
yeah, like Goofy has proven to be an unreliable narrator. Just has. Like,
maybe here's a possibility.
hmm,
He he left college to go be big movie star with Mickey Mouse and
hmm.
Donald Duck and all that. But his whole thing was doing so much physical comedy that it finally took its toll, and he had one too many accidents that he couldn't perform anymore. He was messing up his lines,
Hmm.
and they retired him early, and some woman came along and took advantage of that, and got pregnant with his kid. So I was like, well, now you have, it's like, and he was just a nice guy, and it was just like, well, gotta marry her. And she just took all his shit in the marriage and just dipped out and left him with the kid.
That's so much darker of a possibility than I thought of. How do you,
Also, maybe that's his personality changed.
how do you feel
But
about that one, Connor?
His his person. There was that one guy who took a hit to the head so hard that he became gay. So I suppose anything could happen.
There's that story about that guy who got like a nail through his head who became like an extremely violent person afterwards, right?
Yeah, he lost a chunk of his brain matter,
Yeah.
and it turned him violent and just drunk. And then one day, it was it lasted I think 5 years, and then it was just his brain finally just caught the accident caught up with his brain. Is like, oh yeah, we lost 25% of ourselves, and he just had a massive seizure and out of nowhere and died.
Jesus Christ.
That
No, that's a case study. They always talk about it in a lot of
yeah, they do talk about it a lot
in
about like
medical fields, and I don't know what the study of the brain is called, but they in psychology they talk about it, severe trauma to the head and how it affects you afterwards.
yeah, like God, that's such a terrifying thing to think about. That like one good conked to the head and you could just completely change your personality. You know?
Jeez.
Isn't that what happened to Henry VIII? Also,
I mean, he was nobility, so he could have just been fucked up for a long time.
but I'm saying it's like because apparently like they said like he was a good king for a while, and then like when he had like that one blow during like a jousting tournament, that was the mark of sudden change of like violent and just fucking slaughtering wife after wife,
Possibility.
and just wanting to like start fucking wars with France all the time.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm curious if this is like a goofy, unreliable narrator situation, because in all technicality, we it's only Goofy's word, and I know that's like a terrible thing to say, but it's only Goofy's word, and we didn't see any physical paperwork that actually confirms Goofy's tutelage at college. Does that mean Pete is also 50?
Pete looks like he could be 50.
I don't know. What does that mean? Peg is also 50?
Some women just like don't show their age, man.
Well, we don't see her in an extremely goofy movie. We don't. I don't know, man. Damn. Wait. I don't know, man. It doesn't add up to me. I don't think Peg and Pete would wait so long to have kids. Right?
Pete maybe.
Pete maybe, but I feel like Peg would like there's so many terrible things.
Oh, or maybe all right. Their marriage was like shaky, like or it was like shaky around like their early 20s, and then finally like cause like like she was gonna leave his ass early on, and so he's like, and he just like says like, all right, we'll have a kid.
Or like a last desperate attempt to sex the marriage with a child, which is always a great
Yeah.
horrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to think about that. I'll tell you.
That's definitely that would be very realistic for Pete though, because you see like what a shitty husband he is.
God, he is really terrible. Fuck me. That's such a horrifying thing to think about. Cause like what's it called? Like it's like what's it called? It was still within the realm of understanding to have children at a young age back then. Like nowadays, like people having kids or like in their late 20s is more understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Peg would want to go. I don't know. Maybe actually, you know what? She's like a fully established real estate agent. Maybe they just didn't have the time for kids. Like her setting up her career and stably and whatnot, especially being able to like return to it and do it successfully. Because she like she's not just a real estate agent. She like has an agency, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Like, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry. I was just.
Did she was she just a real estate agent, or did she have her own like real estate agency? Like, was she like a whole ass business?
Don't remember. I think it was her own business.
Because like maybe they were both of them were so focused on setting up their own businesses, maybe they couldn't have kids until like later in their lives once their like careers were like a bit more set in stone and steady. But I don't know. I feel like Peg's character like screams to me that she would have tried for children in a bit earlier. But at the same time, she is a very business oriented woman, so she could have like went her career first. See, this is what happens when you create such great, well written characters that you can understand their reasonings for either of their choices in life. Right, Connor?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. You know, like you can kind of like figure it out and like justify it when you create a character that's strong.
Yeah, I don't know, but we're I think we're on minute 7,
A minute
an,
7 again?
an hour 10. God damn it! I really, I don't know why I say that. Like I there has to be something in my head that has to be like minute something, minute whatever. But we're in like an hour 10. Any last thoughts before we wrap up?
Fuck Wall Street.
Okay. God, you really don't care to like make evergreen content. You don't care.
What?
No, I think that's actually always relevant.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Sorry, brother man, but it's true.
You got me. You got me there.
Got you. I'm having sex with it.
What about you, Connor? Any last thoughts before we head on?
Invest in GameStop. I'm just joking.
Nah, too late for that.
Yeah, it's a bit too late.
Invest in friends and have fun with your buddies, and may you all a good Christmas and a good night.
Yeah.
We already
I'm
did
just
the
gonna
Christmas episodes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna reshare my friend's photo one more time because I got buried under this quite a wall of
Okay.
a different conversation going on, just to give a nice bigger shout out to her. It was really awesome that she did this, and it looks fantastic.
It does. And but yeah, if I had any last final thought, yeah. And but yeah, I agree. I second Connor's thoughts. You and your friend can have their own Goofy Movies the Goofy Movies podcast.
Real Goofy Movies were the friends that we made along the way.
Yeah.
We are the goofs. Maybe the real goofs were the friends we made along the way.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're reading the comments. Whenever you comment, please comment. Please comment and share. Share! We want to be heard and seen by anyone and everyone. Please. I don't know. I don't care. Fucking no. But seriously, like if you like, just share your shit. Like just
do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Present people with be like, hey, look at this thing. It's a podcast about the Goofy movies. What?
And sometimes we get distracted, so it's about other things. But
like we're here. We are 23 fucking episodes strong. Like I feel that has to put a smile on someone's face. It's putting a smile on my face. I know that much. But I know for a fact that there's people out there like me who love weird internet shit like this, and I am loving making weird internet shit like this. I just do.
I'm not, and I don't think we're nowhere near tired of making these content. It's just like I want to keep going. We're gonna keep going, baby. 1 year strong.
Yeah, man, we're gonna keep going. We'll go. We'll go. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one.
See you next week.
I wanna do math with you, and if my number 2